Paul Manafort. Manafort, dirty. Most lifelong international lobbyists, I would imagine, probably are. But the plot to expose him, the collusion between the DNC, the Obama administration, the Ukrainian government, was a political effort to influence the 2016 election. Really, remember, all of this is about this guy can't win. We don't want him to win. We want her to win. Okay, so what do they have? Well, they have him being dirty, but then they had to have somebody else. The second was the case against George Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos gave the FBI, I guess, a reason to open an investigation. It should have been pretty easy. There is shadiness involved, and I'll come back to that in a second. But the fact that a high-ranking foreign diplomat, I wonder if it was related to the State Department at all, reported hearing Papadopoulos say in a bar that Russia was in possession of stolen emails. Okay, well, we should at least look into it. And they did. We can't find out what they found out. It's weird. And the third narrative driving the Russia investigation, this is where it all started, is where everything went off the rails. The FBI had cause to worry with Paul Manafort, but no real legitimate link to the Trump campaign in Russia was ever found. They had cause for suspicion because George Papadopoulos was there as a volunteer in some place in Italy. It's beautiful here. And you know what? The Russians have Hillary's emails. Okay, so that's what they had. A guy in a bar saying that. He was a volunteer on Donald Trump. So that's what they had. But they needed an established, well-connected link inside the campaign. And so, the fall guy, Carter Page. And like all Brad Thor, creations, the spy villains in his books, they had in Carter Page. The FBI destroyed this man's life. And it was all a lie, we find out now. And why did they do it? Well, some people in the FBI might call it like an insurance policy in case Trump got elected. But this is how they did it. Page was actually a global energy guy. Before he joined the Trump campaign in 2016, he was a foreign policy advisor for Trump. As the FBI was frantic to find out any information to link Manafort and Papadopoulos to the Trump campaign, they hit on Carter Page because when he joined the campaign, the FBI ran Page's name through the system. Page had been targeted by Russian intelligence back in 2013, so they knew he must be a spy. Keep listening. Russia eventually abandoned Page, his recruitment, calling him, quote, an idiot, and that he was laser focused on doing business with Gazprom. They said he was all about money and really nothing else. And so Page was not a spy. The FBI and the CIA verified that he wasn't a spy back in 2013. And in fact, he went on to help the CIA. He became a patriot. He went in and infiltrated that Russian spy ring, and that spy ring was caught, indicted, and thrown into prison. So you'd think that everything would be all right. When his name popped up in the computer, they'd go, oh yeah, he was clear to that. Oh, and he helped the CIA. Well, a little something called Christopher Steele popped in. In the Steele dossier, they made the claim that Carter Page was the middleman between the Russian government and the Trump campaign. So now they have it. Now they have him triangulated. Now we can take and make total surveillance and listen to everything because now we know he's in the triangle of death. Now, most of us, including those in the CIA, which I will again come back to in a second, saw the Steele dossier as a bunch of unverified mumbo-jumbo, but sprinkled into it is enough open source information to give it the appearance of credibility. Like the fact that Page had traveled to Russia to give a speech. He mentioned to the crowd that he was the unnamed person in a federal indictment that broke up a Russian spy ring, and this became the FBI's case. All of this, real dirt on him, but no connections. A guy in a bar going, and then Carter Page, which the CIA said he's not a spy. They took all this information, left out all those details, And they went to the FISA court. Remember, the FISA court is supposed to protect you from terror. So let me recap. They had Paul Manafort, they had George Papadopoulos, and now a middleman. And this is the background material for President Trump's claims that he was wiretapped. Yep. This is the foundation for the entire Russia investigation.